Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Bus. On this one, it's just going to be me putting some new wheels on the WRX. And now, if you've been following along and you saw my last episode of the WRX versus the WRX STI, you'll know that I actually said I can't afford new wheels. So, I still really can't, but that's okay. So, what's happened, unfortunately, we had a bit of a mischief last week. I was driving out to Ballarat, hit a doozy of a pothole, and then my 20-inch wheel on the front right, my driver's side one, actually decided to buckle, and I had to drive 70 k's the rest of the way home because it was giving me such bad vibrations. Even to the point where I wanted to steer right, it'd want to pull me back left. I've checked all the control arms, there's no issues there. So to remedy that problem, I'm going to go back down to 18s. Now, I found the exact same wheels that were on my original WRX. Now, the thing is, these were gold when I got them, and my car's aesthetic is white with black accents, right? And I was like, well, they're the same wheel, so maybe I'll just get them and paint them. They did have a bit of a rough spot on a few. One of them had a bit of the curb had actually pressed the rim over. I did take them to get fixed, but unfortunately they couldn't do anything. It wouldn't fit in their jig properly, so I did heat it up and just use an adjustable wrench and then just got it on there, slipped a pipe over the end and slowly did it. Now I did do some damage to the wheel. That's not what this episode's about. This episode's just about painting them and getting them on, not even prepping them. I've already done all that. I do want to do a separate video on getting the buckled wheel fixed and then prepping all those up, giving them a fresh paint, and then that's where I will actually do some wheel repair stuff in that episode. So for right now, like I said, we've got it most of the way. I still have two of them. One of them I'm waiting for the alloy infill stuff to, the alloy wheel repair kit, we'll call it. Just the gooey stuff that you put on. I'm waiting for that to cure, then I'll sand it down, and then I'll actually take the other two wheels and put tyres back on them because I'm doing it the cheap and nasty way of not painting the whole rim, just painting the front and the back. But they're all prepped, they're all cleaned, and we are ready to paint. So I'm not using the proper paint. I'm using some Dulux satin black paint, which they say, you know, the brake dust and the grease and all those things can embed in it. But I've got something that I think will negate that just a little bit, which I'll show you at the end of the video. Without further ado, I've yapped for too long now. Let's get into it. Before we go too far into it, I'll just go over what I used to prep it up. So obviously, you're just going to need some sandpaper. Now this is 400 grit. I started off on a 250, went from a 400 up to a 600. The 600 is just to smooth out any rough edges that I saw. And this is the paint that I actually used. So I just used the Dulux Metal Shield Epoxy Enamel. So I actually really like the way that this satin black comes out, and this has always kind of been my favorite when I'm doing trays, bull bars, anything like that. This is the go-to for me. Also, $16 a can, not really a bad deal. And of course, the last thing you need is your playing cards, because everyone knows that this is the easiest way not to get overspray everywhere over your wheels and on your tires. Time to get the wheels ready for paint. So again, playing cards straight around the rim. I do both sides. It's roughly kind of like a pack of cards. I think both sets were missing a couple cards, but either way, pretty easy. Time to lay the paint down, and I'm actually multitasking here. I'm having a chat to my brother at the same time while I'm painting the wheels. So this paint goes on super nice, and you actually don't have to concentrate too hard. Just do it nice and light, and you won't get any runs. So we're just putting on the final coat. I used about a can per wheel. That was just really good coverage. That was two to three recoats. Here we've got the last two tyres that are unpainted. I've got the work done. I've got the tyres back on, everything like that. I'm not going to show you guys where I repaired. I reckon we'll still be able to just see it when it's painted, but I actually don't think it'll be too bad. So, I mean, you can probably already see it from that shot there. But I'm just gonna, like I said, mask them up, and then just the back sides of them, and then where the wheel nuts go. And then I'm just gonna tap cloth them down, and then straight into the last coat for these, and then they should be good. Now ready for some paint, let's chuck it on. My theory is 1 can per wheel, so I already had 2 cans in the shed, which are actually meant for what's sitting behind the cardboard, which is going to be another episode. I'm just the lazy fuck and haven't got around to it yet. Well, not that. I want it to be right, and it's going to require a little bit more effort to get it right on the old Luxy girl, so yeah, it's just going to take a little bit of time. I've got like the first half of it filmed, but same as a lot of videos. I've got first half of a lot of videos filmed. Just gotta wait. Usually always comes back to money though. Car stuff always does, right? Now, how good do these look? So, wheels are done. They're both painted. The wind's picking up and the bloody got dust on this one. So I've just tapped it. It was only a couple specks, but it did my head in. So we're gonna have to get it out of this wind to dry it. So now, where are we gonna dry them? Well, the shed's a mess, and it's also still got a lot of sanding fibers, so dust will get there. Also, the dust goes in. Editor bus here, and clearly you can tell it was windy, because look at that fucking mop on my head. The wind goes straight down the shed, and it'll just blow dust all over it. So, where am I gonna put these that are out of the dust and everything? Well, let's go on with a bit of another story. So, I actually want to take the WRX to work tomorrow, and unfortunately the buckled tyre, I don't feel comfortable driving on that. So I've got to make sure these are dry. Now, the reason I don't want to take the Hilux is because the voltage regulator on the alternator is cooked. Oh, look at that, nice hands. The voltage regulator on the alternator is cooked, so if I leave the positive terminal on the battery, it just kills it in like an hour or two, so, or a bit longer than that. But, and save me, I don't want to be that dickhead who rocks up into the work car park, jumps out of his car, disconnects the terminal, closes the bonnet, lock the car, grab the work bag and everything. So, this is where I am letting them dry. P.S. Don't tell my wife. If she watches this, I am self-incriminating, but look, honestly, just so that way they're dry, and it's my room, so she can't be too upset. There we go. So the other two at the back are almost dry. The front two are still wet as, and I wanted to get them out of the dust. So now let's see the final product, and I think it's going to be pretty good. Bit of elbow grease, bit of paint. Let's see it. So how's that for around your $1,000 mark with tyres as well, wheels and tyres. Wrong colour, but a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of learning along the way, and we have that all sorted, and they look bloody mint in my mind. So full disclosure, this paint isn't made for wheels. I have an idea. I'm thinking I'm gonna get this ceramic coating from Super Cheap. I don't know, let me know in the comments though, if you think that there's a better ceramic coat that I should be using on these wheels. So then that will at least give the paint the protection from your grease, your oil, your brake dust, all that type of stuff, so that way it doesn't chip as easy or anything like that.
Now, full disclosure as well, 2 full disclosures, that's right, I'm a dodgy man, not really, but full disclosure is that these aren't actually mounted properly. I've currently just got a SAS wheel spacer in there, and I've got the standard wheel studs, so I need to get some longer ones, a hub-centric 10mm plate, and I'm also need to get the hub-centric rings that match up to the Avids versus the Subaru hub-centric size. So it's like 56.1 versus your 70 something is the Avid wheel. So I've got those on order, got the 10mm wheel spacer that I need to do, and new studs because of the big 6-pot Brembos in the front. So that's really it. I'm bloody stoked with this. Obviously, it's literally just a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of time, a little bit of money, and you can have your WRX or any of your cars looking this good on these mad wheels. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.